Arteezy's been feeling really cozy on illusion carries. I thought illusion carries were going to fall off. And then the one illusion carry that Poyoyo is playing, Spectre, Arteezy has yet to play himself, but Arteezy's playing Terrorblade, Naga Siren. What's up with the, why is the Spectre missing from the arsenal?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily play the same way as all the other illusion heroes, right? Spectre's not a traditional split pusher like Naga and Terrorblade. EG's drafts so far have been incredibly formulaic before I paneled them this morning, and then they continue that formula where if they don't get AA, they pretty much always first round their 3-4. Occasionally they'll put like an Abed Puck in there, but Mars has been their standout for Ice Ice Ice. Most picked hero by far in that role with 4 out of their 6 games.
Most picked hero in the tournament, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And it's still a high win rate as well with that.
Oh yeah, it's like 75 plus right now.
It seems that it's not only a good hero, but it's also good against what's good. A lot of the heroes that tend to get prioritized in the first round have gone up based on their deny pick value. So there's just a lot of heroes in the support role, especially that you do not want to pick into Mars. Treant makes sense because he usually sits underneath his tower, defending from the safety of the trees. I think there's a lot of annoying supports like that make it really hard to take those early tier 1 towers, and Mars just shuts that down. Like if you're trying to take the top tower or offlane tower, it's very easy to dive. If you're in the mid lane, it's very easy to wrap around. There's just no easy setup defensively for the team that's against Mars.
I'm surprised. This is always a time where the Bulba mind, I know he practices these drafts, and he always has the first 2, you know, you play it out in your head. First 2 is generally something you come in with a plan, you know what you're going to get. This is close to a minute in bonus time for a Lion.
Yeah, I wonder if they were expecting Vici Gaming to ban out their own Nyx Assassin. I mean, everyone's playing Nyx Assassin, but having that on the radar suddenly opens up a bunch of int heroes like Leshrax that usually can't feel very safe. So yeah, he burns a lot of time going with a Lion. That is peculiar. It does shut down the illusion.
It has to be shocked that they banned the Nyx. I think EG expected Vici to leave it.
Yeah.
Vici does take also, they took a little bit of time to actually decide on that Nyx Assassin. So we got both teams. I guess Vici was a little bit surprised to not have the Nyx banned out and have the Doom banned out instead. But hey, Mars.
Old 11's perfectly happy with that.
Yeah, I think any offlaner at this point would be perfectly happy with the Mars. So great opening already from them. It's just one hero, but I already like that draft, right?
It's just one hero, but what's the combo? Phoenix, Willow, Snapfire. Okay. That's the 3 that we're seeing most commonly.
And a Timbersaw
This is another
coming out.
common hero that EG picks up. Ice 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 Timbersaw. You could just hear the hero's voice and know Ice 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 as a person. They're just, in game, they're annoying. They're just annoying. He wants to be up in your face, just pissing you off.
He won the 1v1 mid championship on this hero. He is a surgeon on Timbersaw.
I did not even remember that.
Oh yeah, no, it's a signature. That man is an aficionado for sure. And perhaps also discourages any potential Treant protectors as well. So Vici Gaming have a cookie cutter opener, but EG a little bit not so much.
And you've always credited that support duo as being the strongest support duo in the world, right?
Yeah, well, in China especially, and then in the world by extension, because of course China, strongest region, PYWUI, they bring back shades of like Fenrir, FY, all those legendary Chinese supports. I think these guys have been carrying the torch, and Vici Gaming as a whole, again, like every single time I look at one of their games, they're looking like top 4 contenders, even though they're coming all the way from wildcards.
Every time so far that they've had Snapfire for DY, it's always been a PYW Willow.
Okay.
No exception. So let's see if they are going to get their hands on that again. And obviously, it would work out well with the Mars as well, being able to get the Fear combo, Wombo out there. We got Leshrac and a Viper banned out by EG. They're protecting their Timbersaw a little bit there.
Yeah, you need the heroes that either shut down your ability to tank, like the Viper, or heroes that quickly rotate to your lane as soon as possible, right? 5-6 minutes into the game, Leshrac hits level 6. You can't just walk at a Timbersaw's lane and have the sustained magic damage to bring him down. Very few heroes. I wouldn't be surprised if they also ban the Bat Rider. That's what EG's been doing when they pick the Timbersaw.
Yeah, not particularly popular in China though, so if they think they can get away with it, because we also saw Vici Gaming trying to step outside of the box earlier. They picked offlane Leshrac because they thought it would be good against a Phantom Lancer. That's not a China thing. That's like a South America thing. And then they lost with it because I felt Old 11 wasn't particularly familiar on the
What
role.
happens when you copycat, man?
Exactly.
Whispers the Leshrac player.
For sure. And so they may risk letting the Batrider through. And if indeed their combo every single time was Willow and Snapfire, then I'd be down for Vici Gaming to get a puck as well and get that Coil Snap combo with the future Willow pick.
Okay. So in Western European Deep Sea region, we had pucks all the time, right?
Yes.
And we had this segment where we would
recall.
break down the other regions. Every time T-Gov talked about China, we had the stats on the puck. They didn't like it.
We didn't like
They've
it.
not liked it the whole season.
Not a big deal.
Coming to the major, scrims happen, pubs happen. They like it.
They like it.
What's
No,
with that?
It's never first phase though, and here we see it. They like it in
Fair.
the right situation.
Okay,
It's
okay.
contextual. The way Europe does it is like, oh boy, it's first phase. How could we ever go wrong? Then DK starts showing up as a mid lane counter, and they're like, okay, maybe it's not quite as good. Here, I'm banking on them going for some sort of coil snap. If it's the Willow, that's great. I hope they don't do Tiny. I would be down for Earth Spirit, but I think that's the main reason why you'll see puck in China's hands.
I can almost guarantee that they kind of bamboozled EG there, because I've been in this spot where you're drafting in your first pick like EG, and you have the second pick of the second round, and you're thinking they're almost certainly going to pick Willow to synergize with the Mars. And then what goes well with Willow, just like you said, is the puck. They're going to pick Willow, then we're going to pick puck. Like, that's what EG I think was thinking here. I can almost say that with maybe like 20% confidence.
That's pretty high.
I think that's,
That's
pretty
pretty
high
good,
for the
Brian.
given
Pretty
scenario.
good.
And the fact that Vici mixed it up here, there's no way Willow fits into EG's draft naturally. The Lion and Willow are both crit heroes. I don't think I've ever seen Fly play either of those. So with that in mind, I would be now validated slightly if VG snap picks Willow. And they are preemptively planning for that Willow, actually.
Yeah.
It is one of the best heroes against Willow, because it removes everything. You can even remove the fear with the aphotic shield, all the brambles.
One exception. The shard.
The shard does make it very annoying.
10 seconds remaining.
I hate that shard.
The shard of Willow for people at home, as we've been asked to
That's right. We've
explain.
been told to explain
Yes,
shards.
Shard
Shiva,
of
please
Willow.
give the context.
If your curse crown pops, you get stunned, and then you also now get 4 brambles around you. So if you get rid of that debuff that gets you stunned, you'll still not be stunned, but the moment that debuff is removed, whether it is via the spell or it ticks out, the brambles will always spawn. If you manta the curse crown
They'll
off,
usually land in
brambles
one.
spawn. If you get shielded, brambles spawn. It's every time.
Very annoying.
Brambles everywhere.
I guess now Vici Gaming are thinking like, is this too easy?
Is that enough
Did we
to
mastermind
change their
this whole
mind?
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be, because Mars Puck are 2 heroes that are not easy to save against, just because they have AoE control, and Abaddon's cast range is low enough that oftentimes if the arena is on the proper target, you can't get the shield off.
Turn to pick.
And now, like I said, they were gonna go for the 4th pick Phoenix.
20% positivity, 80%, who knows?
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool though. For all I know, they could have still been planning the Willow, but this is an adjustment to a hero that you don't shield off anything. Yeah, the Fire Spirits theoretically, but that's not what this hero's about. Unless that hero that gets shielded is then killing the egg. You have the percent-based damage against the Timbersaw. Great strength hero against the Timbersaw out of all of them. And they go for the Ember. They still have no egg hitter, oddly enough.
Do you feel like they desperately need it? Like, is that something that you want to see coming out of their last pick, or is there a different way to go about it?
They have a Dispel, they have Timber Chain, they have Ember Spirit with the Remnant away. I think their plan, unless they explicitly pick a egg hitter, is to just disengage, which
That's a lot easier said than done. You got Coil and Arena to make sure you're not really
walk
going in.
away.
Just walk away. It's just that simple.
away.
And EG, I'm sure that they were like, why the Phoenix instead? And they ban out one of the good heroes that Vici Gaming could have paired with that HP regen from the Sunray. They ban out Poyoyo's Spectre. Any other tanky cores that Poyoyo has been playing?
I mean,
Cheever?
Poyo has been playing a lot of Faces Void.
I was gonna
first
say
of
you
all.
have to ban
For
Void.
sure, yeah.
Absolutely have
Especially
to
with the
ban
Snapfire.
Yeah, we saw actually earlier today he did well with the Medusa. It was also the combination of the Puck and the Willow and the Snapfire.
They
so
ban out Medusa themselves. I'm not hot on Medusa as a core. I think it only worked out that game because it went as late as it did.
The timing window for your Mystic Snake talent moved from 15 to 20. It's noticeable.
It's
I've seen
brutal.
it twice, and the hero's power spike just isn't there.
10
Before that,
seconds remaining.
the stars aligned. You hit all 3 timings right at the 20-minute mark.
5
Ags,
seconds remaining.
level 15, and Ag Shard. But now it's just another, what, 10 minutes that it takes you to
Yeah,
get that
because
extra
like
5
you'd
levels?
think getting from 15 to 20 would be easy because it used to be easy for Medusa, but it
She'd
was
win
so
fights.
easy because she had that talent originally. So it's such a big gap, but it's still a strong hero.
what do we want to see? We talk a lot about what we want to see
ban.
coming out for Poyo and for Vici Gaming, but what does EG need? What do we want to see on Arteezy? I feel like Ember Spirit will probably be Abed's hero.
Yeah, most likely.
Seems super basic, but I don't even love it that much. I would be surprised if they just pick Luna. Every single time they've had a Baden that I've
10
seen,
seconds
they've picked
remaining.
Medusa, Luna, Drow, pretty much all these ranged heroes,
5
right?
seconds remaining.
Out of all the ones I can think of, that would be the strongest lane, and I know that's
Evil
what
geniuses
EG puts
turn to
emphasis
pick.
on.
Ban
I
out
don't
the
think they're
Life
going to go
Stealer.
for something like Jug. I don't think they'll go a survivable egg hitter. I'm pretty sure they're going to all in the lane and
You want-
tempo of the game.
You want to talk disengage? How about Naga Siren? Dude's been playing it a lot.
Yeah, they tried it earlier against Beast Coast. It wasn't very successful
10
though. But
seconds remaining.
in that line of thought, what do you think about any kind of different illusion core?
Vici Gaming's
Like the
turn.
Terror
About to
Blade.
find out, Terrorblade. That was where I was
so
going.
lame.
But it was also the most.
Yeah, you
What
just
is-
like
what-
to imagine that
yeah.
EG has some creativity, and then they just pick the same hero.
This,
Hey, yeah, it's
this
worked.
is Bulba we're talking about,
It's
Brian.
worked.
Fair.
They won
No,
2
it's a
games
good
with
hero.
it already.
No, it's EG. It's Arteezy's Terrorblade. If it's even viable in any
10
patch
seconds
ever,
remaining.
they make it work. The fact that they're still getting it this late on in the draft
5
is
seconds
almost
remaining.
disrespectful. They haven't been forced to ever pick up Terrorblade earlier than 9th, 10th.
How's the Morphling Terrorblade matchup?
It is Morphling favored, but you're also dealing with a Timbersaw lane, which isn't fantastic for you. It's good once you get 6. This is a really good Morphling game. Other than the Lion, I'm like looking at it now. You also have the Ember Spirit, one of the best heroes to morph into, with the Slight Chains combo.
No, go for it.
Like right when you said it, I'm like trying to come up with reasons why it wouldn't
Give
be
me
good.
that 20%,
And then
Brian. I just need the 20%
I couldn't come up with any reason why it wasn't good. So that makes a lot of sense. This might be too powerful of a Morphling pick. I hate to go against Arteezy's Terrorblade, but there is so much mid-game magic damage here, as opposed to the game I saw earlier is relatively limited. You have Phoenix, Puck. Like, even the Phoenix is so annoying. I think that's one of the worst supports to play Terrorblade into. AoE magic, and you don't really hit the egg here. Can't really run away from the egg. As long as Morphling gets off to a decent start, I think Vici Gaming's going to take this one.
North America's waking up. 70% for EG, 30% for Vici Gaming.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about those. That seems a little lopsided.
Hey, it's for the series, okay?
Okay, fine.
And I think they voted this before the draft. Give them a break.
Sure, fine. I'll
You have
give
to
you a
give them
break.
credit. If they saw that perfect Morphling pick, those numbers would shift a bit.
I'm going Vici. I have only been encouraged by their performance throughout this entire wildcard group stage. And EG, I mean, I think they're still finding their place. If they're going to keep picking illusion carries for Arteezy, it's going to get figured out. It might just get figured out in the group stage.
Okay, well, we'll see if it gets figured out right now. The Terrorblade of Arteezy, yet undefeated here in Kiev Major. We're going to find out if they can keep that record or if Vici Gaming will take game 1 of this to a game series. We're heading over to our commentary duo. It is Odie Pillow and Fogged, I believe.
Yes, thank you, Sheev. It is me and Odie Pillow. EG versus Vici. Heavy team fight draft on Vici. EG going for their staple, their Terrorblade. Owen, how do you feel about this one?
Well, we saw the Terrorblade, of course, the other day, and we did have some, highlight-worthy players coming out from Arteezy, so definitely something to be feared there. But now I've got to agree with some of the points of the panel. I think that this Morphling it's got a lot of potential, this game. I'm seeing a lot of heroes that this Morphling's going to have a pretty good time just sort of sitting at the side, getting the punches in and coming in with the zip-zap to blow them up.
I feel like he's got some really good heroes also to turn into, right? Versus Ember Spirit, it's been a common one that the Morphling has picked up versus, because you kind of have an Ember Spirit on your team. Even versus Ember Spirit, versus Terrorblade 2 can work really well. Versus Timbersaw, we saw, it was Ame who popped off, turning into Timber in most of the fights. So it does feel like it might be a little bit of an uphill battle for EG, but if they can split up the map a lot, which I think is the style that they're looking for, since Vici has overwhelming team fight, perhaps they can do it. And it looks like we have a little bit of a, what do we got going on? A little bit of a pause. They're spamming some chat wheels. Let me see what's going on. Maybe a little bit of lag, I think they said. Oh, they're talking to each other. Ice talking to Old 11. I can't translate.
Should I get the translation?
Can you get on it? Can you get on it? Yeah.
Here we go. Of course, I'm a man of many languages myself. I do this all from the top of my head. It's just, I believe they are correcting the temperature of the room that they are currently playing.
Oh, okay. I think we also we do need some temperature correction, too. I think Shannon was saying that it's quite warm up here today for us casting. Yes, he's nodding, so he's giving me the little thumbs up for it. How you doing, On?
I don't know if Ice is where is Ice?
But
from what I can tell, he said,
is he trolling?
The room is too cold. We are too hot in here, which obviously doesn't make any sense. But, you know, there you go. So I believe they're just finding that fine point of not being too cold and too hot at the same time, and making sure that things are perfect here before the game goes down.
Is your translation on point? Are you sure, though?
Well, I don't know, because it also potentially is something about farming as well.
Oh.
So he could be talking about the game. I'm a little rusty, all right, when it comes to speaking all these languages that I do. You know, I'm getting there. But no, looking forward to this one. I mean, Fog, what would you say, you know, from what we've seen so far from these two teams at this tournament, Vici Gaming and EG, have they sort of been coming in at the level you expected? Are you seeing any sort of standout performances from any of these players? You know, is this what you were prepared to see from these teams? Are we getting some overperforming, underperforming in certain areas on them?
No, I had both of these two highly regarded, so I've been impressed from EG. Just the 2v5, of course, stands out, you know, that big bro Sunder play. But Vici has been playing their staple, just super comfortable heroes. They've been looking really hot, so it should be a really good showdown. I'm really hoping that we have lots of team fights, and it seems like we do have the resume, so let's check it out.
We do indeed. Looks like the temperature has been perfected here as EG and Vici Gaming are ready to go. As we'll see... See if Arteezy can do it again. He's been doing it many times here, the Master Tier Terrorblade. But as mentioned on the panel, the expectation for Vici Gaming to go for that morph, they do so. We'll see if it hits as hard as the analysts expect it to do so here in the hands of Poyoyo.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see Ice as well, because I do see something that I really like when I see Timbersaws is 2 strength supports. Being able to explode these two can be very effective, especially in lane. It is the Snapfire 5 position. I think Timbersaw can take advantage of that pretty consistently. So we'll see how they can actually handle the pressure of Ice Timbersaw with Poyoyo and DY up there. Players all spinning in circles right now around the mid lane. Very excited for this match.
I think unlikely we'll see too much kickoff here at the level 1.
No.
I think Vici Gaming, they'd be quite happy to try and blow someone up here, but...
Sure.
With a bit more of a potent level 1 combo of spells. But EG, they're not going to give that to them. They'll stay to their half of the map up here.
I'm slightly concerned for EG just because of this massive team fight. If they're able to play around it, sure. But I think at some point they have to be able to fight into it, right? And I see only one real egg hitter that's reliable, which is Arteezy, and I see a Mars. You can absorb the hits. The Bulwark with that Phoenix, also just with the ultimate to block out those ranged hits, it can be really strong. So we'll see if EG can withstand that pressure, because they do have a very strong scaling lineup if they're able to, but not to say that Vici doesn't either.
No, that's true. I mean, at least they've got something, I guess, in the sense that Fly, you know, you can always pop the borrowed time, shield someone else, and then suddenly, even if the spirits are out, the attack speed slow is removed, and you have more of a chance of taking down the egg. So
yeah,
we'll see if
Fly's able to pull those
sort of moves.
The absorb hits, you know, that 70% attack projectile absorptions that can come out too. Yeah, let's see how these lanes go. Because this Puck, I've seen Puck versus Ember a lot. It's pretty skill-dependent matchup. I've seen sometimes these Embers do dominate with like Sleight of Fist, but most of the time it's been the Pucks just with the more reliable laning.
And on the side lanes, Poyoyo. they like the sort of the hero pick for the outcome of the overall game. How's the laning for PoYoYo against a line and a Timber? Are you doing pretty fine as a Morph, or is the pressure on?
The pressure is definitely on. They've even gotten a double wave right at the start. This could be a bit problematic for Vici. Still level 1 on the 2 heroes of EG, but they're pressing forward anyway. DY?
Yeah, DY.
He might just die here.
He's
gonna
gonna be in trouble here. We'll get the cookie onto Crypt. It's not enough to save him though. Zai still mobile and ready to go. Cuts him down. Hit the 2. They got enough damage for PoYoYo. It's gonna be close, but he has the stick charges, and it's enough. EG won't be able to push on for the kill onto the Morphling, but indeed a huge amount of pressure already coming out. Same time, down bottom, EG, they're able to step up. Arteezy pots the Metamorphosis, and they're able to run down and take out Old 11 from this bottom lane.
EG's laning phase has been something I think everybody's been talking about. They're always very prepared when they set this up. That double up wave is really smart with this Timber Saw. Gets the Q at level 2, rather than going for reactive armor. They press that aggression forward. PoYoYo missed quite a bit of last hits under the tower because of that, even missing another one. He's only gotten 4 in 1 in what looks like, 3 waves. So
not easy for him at all there.
No.
It's going to be a slow start for the Morph. And is that something that you see EG's lineup being able to pressure? You know, if PoYoYo does have a slow beginning to the game, does EG's lineup strike you as a lineup that is going to be able to take a lot of objectives and map control away from Vici Gaming in the mid game?
Might be a little bit hard. They really only have the Terrorblade for the reliable push. They do have Hex. Instant disable is always really nice for Morphling. High damage from Timbersaw, but could be a little difficult for them to punish it too much. PYW is just getting handled by an Arteezy Illusion down bottom. Just watching it, chasing him out of the lane.
Not easy for him to do his job down here. Still has a salve left.
Nice micro. Arteezy even dodging the creep wave with the illusion and sending it back onto him. Will end up getting killed, but does zone him out the wave for quite some time. And sending another illusion. Look at this. Arteezy's just trying to zone out the Phoenix with this. Really nice.
Nice. It's some nice stuff as well. I mean, he's barely missing a CS. I don't think he's missing any at all, really, whilst he's doing this. Just full control here of the hero and his illusion. Arteezy, you know, playing at the level you would expect after we've seen what he's been able to do on his Terrorblade. Definitely something that you can tell that I think EG's going to be bringing out many, many times here on LAN.
Yeah, and top we see again the same thing. They pulled the wave behind the tower, so they doubled up the wave once more. DY does get a pull-off, but now it's a massive wave under the tower for PoYoYo, so EG's going to try to pressure this. They've got an Urn, quick rush onto Ice. Probably looking for an early Spirit Vessel this game. Very effective versus the Morph. Makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And no sort of direct way to remove that until the items start coming in, so... It will definitely give good potential for ISO, especially backed up by Crit to get in and aggressive. A lot of it's going to be down to what we see from the movements from the mid laners. You know, Arbed and Ori, once they hit their 6s, both of these definite opportunities to be found on the side lanes. You know, you're going to imagine, you know, this Arteezy Terrorblade, Vici Gaming, they would have been very prepared for this. You know, it's no surprise that he comes through with this pick. So we're going to get to see what Vici Gaming's approach will be to try and stop Arteezy from taking over the game.
Definitely. There's bottom looking to pressure him here. He's got raindrops, so a bit more survivable versus Old 11. He's got Fly too for the heals, so he's not bringing out more regen. They're just committing for him.
They're going for him.
They're out of
fire spirits. See if they've got enough here.
They do.
Good aggression here from PYW and Old 11 as they're able to run him down, and nothing that Fly can do to keep Arteezy safe there.
Missing good amount of last hits probably here. He's pinging it out. Fly wants to go try to catch it, but they're zoning him away from the wave.
Yeah, they might even... Well, yeah, Fly's got to be very careful here. Totally out of regen himself.
He didn't miss any of the range creeps, though. All 3 of those range creeps still alive, so he only missed 2 melee creeps for that death. Could have been worse.
That's pretty big. Yeah, absolutely. And if anything, getting the nice sort of reset back up to full HP and mana. We'll see if Vici Games is able to do anything about him again. But they themselves, obviously, with the commitment they did make for that kill, not in a great shape right now. PYW and Old 11 very low. And in fact, PYW just straight up dies. The chase to the illusion and Fly as PYW gone. So they may have killed Arteezy in this lane, but it did cost them a lot of resources. And as you say, Arteezy didn't end up missing out on that much at all.
No, they've got a bottle, so that death from the Phoenix, I feel like that was actually a good death. He does go down, but he's going to be able to refill the bottle, so they get sustained. So both sides maximizing, even though the deaths do end up happening.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, Old 11 at least able to come back in. and start to get back to attempting to pressure Arteezy away from the creeps. Holding on top, Poyoyo still continuing to struggle. It's a slow start here for the Morph. 19 CS, lowest at the moment out of all 6 cores in the game. It's not an easy lane for him to play.
No, and they're killing the catapult. They're auto-attacking it here on EG, so they're trying to go for just tower pressure as well. Reaction toward
One mid. Oh, it's off the mark. Arbed, quick with the jump. As that's going to be the first coil put to no use, and a coil as well that was being followed up, or at least attempted to, by both supports, DY and PYW. They came over for that action.
They did.
Arbed with the quick fingers able to make sure that nothing is to be found with that movement.
They were ready for it. He was super ready. This is like a famous rotation. I think it's been years now that Vici's done this. The double collapse of support 6 minutes when they hit the 6 on their mid laner. EG expects it, and they still have catapult alive mid too, so Abed's going to be able to pressure mid, while top tower's going to die. This catapult's still there.
I mean, and they're diving in. DY's got to be a little careful. Crit can get the setup, and easily done so. Ice in with the damage, Crit with the control. DY's gone. Got the 3 of them here. Poyoyo. He's not really got a lot that he can do against this. He's just got to run. He's got to step back. As you say, 7 minutes in, this tier 1 tower pretty much taken away as EG have completely crushed any potential for Vici Gaming to really find anything out of this safe lane. It's been a complete mess for Vici with the way that EG's played.
They put so much focus on here, and I'm going to keep reiterating it. This is the EG preparation for the laning phase that they do so often. 7 minutes tier 1, they're going to be able to collapse now with the supports. Crit, he's going to pull the lane back as well top. He has a double camp that he's going to pull into the waves, so that's going to prevent the Morphling from even farming up there. So he has to go to jungle. That hurts Poyoyo a lot. And Terrorblade, he's going to build the jungle at a very fast pace. Arteezy with a good start, he's going to be able to farm much faster than this Morphling right now.
Yeah, plays it sensible, realizes that the puck's off the map, knows the timing, Dream coils up, and you can see already Vici Gaming, they had 3 heroes down here without the potential of a puck movement. So Arteezy just fully aware that Vici Gaming were absolutely going to be on the hunt for him. Making sure nothing is to be found kill-wise down bottom. Some space for Old 11, of course, and they themselves will be able to put some pressure onto that bottom tower. But Arteezy remaining hidden.
Yeah, Fly is aggressively warding and even stacking enemy jungle. So he just stacked the enemy camp right above him, and they're going to use that to farm for the Timbersaw even more so. Since they know they're preventing the Morphling really from farming nicely up here, they're just going to keep this Timber in line up here and continue to pressure him. Crit already level 5, soon to be 6, 2k gold advantage already for the side of EG.
Yeah, it's adding up very early. 8 minutes in. I mean, the thing is, with the picks that Vici Gaming had, and as we say, the power that the Morph can have against some of VG's heroes, do you think they did expect that, you know what, the laning stakes, it is going to be hard. We are going to have a slow start with this lineup.
I do think so. They, like, overcommitted for the absolute win in team fights, right? It's Puck, it's Phoenix, it's Snapfire, it's Mars. It's shown with just their actual draft, so definitely does make sense. I don't know if they expect it to be that much pressure on the Morphling, like losing your tower 7 minutes, getting dove, having 6 CS at 3-4 waves.
See, they want to go for Fly. They're going to drop the Dream Coil here for him with the Sunray. They'll have the damage. Fly will be taken out. We'll see if Arbe can get anything in return, but might find the courier. He does. He's able to take the courier down before it reaches the puck. Trying to chase him with the haste, but Arbed, he's still got remnants available. Vici Gaming, they don't have further control. Ice, meanwhile, diving under the towers. He's ready to run down PYW, and with the damage from the urn and the chakram, he's got it. Ice getting kills behind the tier 2s. DY Poyoyo, they're going to try and push him back. They've got the top coming over as well. Old 11 also in. He'll drop down the arena, jump over with the remnant. Arbed, he's looking to chase down DY here with the shield. Fly's coming in from the side, healing Ice back up. They're keeping the Timber alive as DY goes down. Ice, Arbed and Fly, they're just going to look to chase down Old 11 as well. Old 11 will be able to stop the chain connecting, to stop the Timber chasing. It doesn't matter though. They still get the reach. Arbed's in with the slight. The kills continue to roll in for EG.
Oh, heads up, Quelling Blade. Doesn't save his life, but looked cool at the very least. But he dies, and we were mentioning it, this Timbersaw versus these double strength supports. He just cruises right through them. Even if the Morphling turns into him, doesn't matter. They don't have the damage to deal with him. And Abed, he's invading and taking the stacks too. This is great moves from EG. 3k gold advantage already.
They've got to do something about this Vici Gaming. Or he's got Dream Core, but a little short on the mana. So kind of hard for him to make a move straight up. He's doing his best here with the bold charges. He's got enough for 1 round of spells, but who do they got on him? And Ice with the full hood. It's not an appealing target, this Timbersaw right now.
No, he's way too tanky. And Crit by next to him, too. He's got Finger. So they do have to be careful on both that Morphling and Puck to just get burst down.
See how the progress is looking for some of Vici's other heroes. PYW nearly having the 6 online. Of course, as you say, it's their strength does lie in this team fight that they can offer up. The problem is, though, EG just across the board quite far ahead already. So when this team fight comes, they've got to land these combos perfectly. Bottom,
they're hunting.
Fine fly. At the same time, Poyoyo is able to get the strength morph off in time, and Arbed and Crit, they don't have enough power to burst through him. So Vici, they find a kill, they'll get themselves to tier 1 here.
Just the Abaddon, though. 2 times now they've had to commit an ult to kill Fly, which I don't think Fly cares about. They do get the tower, at the very least, but that does mean that there's no Mars ult for the rest of the cores to be too worried about. Nice. Continue to just pressure mid.
I mean, he knows that they can't really touch him.
And Abed top. He forces the egg.
Come out defensively. All right, so the egg will save him. And Stun actually does catch up. It can hold 11, get any sort of follow-up, another remnant out. That's enough to get Arbed away. Nice. He's here trying to see sort of, how many Vici Gaming will show themselves. They've got the 3 of them up here, but without the egg and no arena for 20 seconds, still rather difficult for Vici Gaming to set a fight up.
They're making so much space for Arteezy. Absolute free game for the Terrorblade. Besides that one death, which didn't really slow him down at all, they're just applying pressure on the other side of the map. Yeah, Vici doesn't really seem to know how to react at this point. They're starting to get farm on Poyoyo with these stacks, but he has to be careful of some type of invasion play that's going to come out too, because it feels like EG, they're aware of this. They're aware of their advantage right now. See Fly already starting to get in position to perhaps get a ward. Just walk in, face check the high ground. And he's spotting the stacks.
Poyoyo already heading away from the stacks, knows that it's just not safe for him to remain around here, with EG scouting it out as they are.
They're just preventing him from farming him. His jungle is occupied from the Lion and from the Timber, and Ice is actually going to steal the Ancients away himself.
Yeah,
that is
I mean, it's so hard for Poyoyo to find anywhere to farm. Yep. I mean, he's sitting in the bottom half net worth right now. They're completely punishing the morph. I mean, maybe to the extent that, as the panelists predicted this morph pick, maybe this was very much something that the EG knew that Vici Gaming were going to do against them, and they had in mind a game plan to make sure that the game would be very, very hard for the morph in the early stages.
They just can't deal with the start of this Timber Saw. We mentioned, Ame, he did have that way to be able to deal with him because he had that great laning start, so he turned to the Timber and kill him, but Ice is just too far ahead. They do not have the damage at top.
They're able to find old Levin in the trees here with the slight. They catch him out. It's pretty tanky, but not tanky enough for the finger from Crit there. Crit finishes him off. Another kill for EG now, sitting in a 4K lead here, 14 minutes in.
Arteezy untouched, continue to get this free farm, going for the Diffusal build again. Makes a lot of sense versus the Morphling. He did it the other game too, where it wasn't some clear narrative of why he would want Diffusal, but it just seems good as an item on Terrorblade as is. As Poyoyo, again, just shows for a second under a ward, immediately has to run away, starts getting run down. Even Arteezy getting involved for this pressure now, perhaps looking to push a tier 2 early on.
I mean, it's just so tough. I mean, Poyoyo, he barely gets to take out a camp of neutrals before EG turn up. I mean, Vici getting up, but what can the rest of them sort of achieve? Like, what sort of moves do Vici need to be making to just try and make this map a little more open and safer for the Morphling?
At the moment, they're getting ran at. They can't connect with their big ulti combos. They need 11 to get in a position to land that combo, but he's so frail because the only hero they're really seeing most of the time is Ice. Look at mid. He's the only hero really showing in a quote-unquote dangerous position, and they would have to commit so much to kill him that then EG has all the space in the world to perhaps even go for a Roshan. If they commit every ult on him, EG goes straight to Rosh. Abed pushing out bottom. That's just difficult for them to really catch much of anything. They're gonna go for the hard play. They're gonna look for the Ember Spirit, but immediately Abed, he just jumps himself toward top before they even get a chance to set up for him, and we'll see what this smoke can accomplish. Limited vision right now for them.
see what they can get. I mean, smoke just about to come to an end. Can Ori get any sort of setup here? But Ice, yeah, still just he hasn't sort of left this entirety of the mid lane. He's always there, slap bang in the middle of the map, just making it very hard for Vici Gaming to achieve any sort of moves around it.
The supports keep getting these wards deep and aggressive whenever Abed's pushing a lane in. There's a ward to watch him, so he's not going to get caught from one of these Vici rotations from the puck, because they'll be seeing it. And yeah, continues to be Ice just in that risky position, and they can't kill him. Now he's got 2180 HP with the Sage, with the Hood. Far too tanky. He's going to go for the pipe, not really even itemizing for that Spirit Vessel. I think he's recognizing how much they shut the Morphling down. He can perhaps prolong it till later if he even chooses to go for it.
Yeah, and looking at the Morphs right now. Oh, top. They've got the Hex opening. See if they've got enough damage to take out Old 11. Impale to follow up. Not going to commit further, though, with the Sunray coming out and TP's coming in. EG will start to back off. Crit, he should get caught here, as they'll find him on the way out. At the same time, though, EG, they might still be looking to fight back here. Abed's coming in from the side. Let's see what he can set up on. As they're charging, and it'll be held back by the Yules for now. Old 11 looking for the combo, but he's not able to find the timing. The Remnant out's there. Abed's back to safety. The kisses are coming in. They've used everything. It's just not done a whole lot. Ice is still pretty much sitting at 80% HP. Even Timber chases aggressively back into them. They'll drop the Dream Coil down. Backup's coming in from Abed. Ice still somehow finally falls, but it's taken them so long that EG is now going to have a chance to punch back a little bit. They take out Old 11. The rest of Vici Gaming have to get out of there. I mean, yeah, they do kill the Timber, but it really does. It literally takes every single spell in the book here from Vici Gaming to kill him.
But it's a good move. It's exactly what they needed to do. Bring absolutely everybody to stop this advantage from EG. Meta starts going down, Arteezy runs away. They needed to get something to get this Morphling back into the game, and he pretty much is back in. He's got the Ethereal Blade any second now. The puck also has Witchblade onto the way toward the Blink Dagger too, so a good move to stop the momentum that EG was getting.
Yeah, and a big fan of the E-Blade rush this game from Poyoyo. It's obviously the more difficult thing to pull off, you know, not having that Manta to remove some of the things that EG are going to be able to throw down onto the Morph, but it gives you that fantastic potential to just get kills and have that opportunity to start some of these engagements with a hero dead on EG's side.
Yeah, you can explode the Terrorblade. You can perhaps explode the Ember if you can connect your spear onto him, since he did play that one beautifully versus that Yule Scepter. They can still look to kill some targets. Crit, trying to finish his Blink Dagger, he's gonna get punished. 11 finds him. They do have this aggressive ward. That smoke that they made earlier, it wasn't successful for a kill, but it did get them vision deeply.
Oh yeah, these are some nice plays from Vici Gaming.
He was about
after a very tough start here.
He had, what, 50 gold or something? 80 gold till he had Blink Dagger, so a very precise
he must have been
kill.
so close. Absolutely.
Do find themselves also, what, a Philosopher's Stone for the Phoenix. One of the better items that you can get onto this more carry-esque support hero. And do have Blink on the puck too, so several different forms of initiation. Is this a Spirit Vessel almost done too? PYW almost has a Spirit Vessel too, so some solutions for this tanky Timbersaw will be coming out from Vici as well. And playing around their ward vision, sitting around this bottom ward that got them the kill on the Lion. Crit, he's going down to the bottom lane to finish up his Blink Dagger. And Vici has found themselves a better footing inside of the game now.
Oh, for sure, yeah. EG showing their prowess in the laning stage, but Vici Gaming able to pull out these moves now that's definitely keeping control of the lead that EG have built up. See mid, Old 11. Does he want to try and open up on Ice? It's not too tempting here.
It's too close to the tower.
Yeah.
If they had the Vessel, maybe. But without the Vessel, I don't think that they'll have the damage.
Crit
spotted, though.
They'll find him instead. Yeah. They're able to take down Crit. Of course, did manage to spend up on the Blink Dagger before, so they'll have that ready for the next fight. But with a man down on EG, Vici Gaming, they've got the numbers to keep the pressure on mid. We'll see what EG do about this pressure and push with just the 4 of them. Looks like they're not too interested as Old 11's pushing them away, giving the space here for Vici Gaming to take this tier 1 tower mid.
Good moves from Vici. They get the 20-minute mark too. Tome gets purchased right away for PYW. Soon to be level 12 on him for that level 2 egg, which, as we mentioned, is probably going to be pretty unkillable for EG in most of these situations. So definitely back in the game. Arteezy still leading that board, has his BKB finished, so maybe he can kill the egg if the fight does kick off for him. And he's looking to fight back. I love that I've been seeing this more inside the major. It tends to happen at all these tournaments. It's just these constant fights. This is one of the slower games, though. 9-7, 21 minutes in. Only 2K gold advantage for EG from the way Vici has stabilized the game.
But definitely one of those games where it feels like the kills that we've had have been more good plays rather than mistakes, you know, from either team.
Agreed.
It's some very, very nice moves here from both sides. Let's see, yeah, Arteezy with that BKB, as you say, he's ready to join the gang. They've got a smoke on crit if they want to go, and they do. Straight away, EG, ready to make the move. Arteezy's hit this power spike now with the BKB. See, excellent timing here. See if they can get the catch on Poyoyo. All down to crit with the blink.
He's got him.
He's in. He's got him. Hex is there. Straight in time. Crit makes the jump there with that blink reveal, and it couldn't be on a better target there. Morphling taken out.
Oh, and look at the map of sentries that Vici has placed.
Oh, look at mid.
Mid?
They're really trying for Ice. They do the coil and the kisses. It's not enough. And the egg and the arena. Ice, he'll be fine. Arbet's been held in here for now. He's able to remnant out in time to dodge the supernova stun and get straight back in with the chains onto Old 11. Without their ultimates now, Vici Gaming, they've got not got really anything else to fight with. As once more, just everything being thrown out. This time they don't get Ice. This is all the ultimates being used by Vici Gaming, but to no avail. Nothing is achieved with it.
That's with the Vessel, a full Sunray as well on Ice, but with the Pipe, with even the Vambrace, a little bit of extra magic resist, it's enough for them to survive, take the tier 2 after killing the Morphling bottom. Big move from EG now. Striking back after a little bit of momentum was going Vici's way. They start to reassert their dominance. Take the outpost away too.
I think it just goes to show that Vici Gaming, you know, being the 5K behind, they can't really take the fights 4v5. They have to have the full squad up. They have to have Poyoyo's involvement with this E-Blade. Otherwise, they just don't stand a great chance at all of really getting any of these kills. Maybe apart from if they do catch crit out of position. But of course, that has not happened too much at all this game. So not easy for Vici Gaming to make these plays when they lose a hero.
No, and the Mars ult only really catches, in theory, just an Abaddon, because the Ember Spirit just jumps out of it. So the Arena and the Egg don't really connect as they would have liked to. Need their full squad. As EG see an opportunity now to perhaps go for a Roche. That Egg's still on cooldown for 30 seconds. Should be able to bring this one down quite safely.
See if there's going to be any awareness here from Vici Gaming. It's not the quickest of Roches, so that definitely a chance for Vici to try and get something to happen here. Poyoyo and Ori, they're on the hunt down bottom, seeing if they can get a catch. If they get the coil down onto Arbet, they might have a chance of popping in.
He sees them.
He's going to show himself
right
on the wave.
On top of them.
He does indeed, and he's out.
And that's the space
Fully
for
aware
the
there of the plays being made, and it really is, drawing half the team of Vici Gaming down to the bottom lane. So the Kisters will come out. Oh, Ice, he's in immediately, straight on top of DY. I think he barely got one kiss out there before having to try and run, and he's not going to be able to do so. Ice chases him down. DY will die. As EG, they can finish off this Roche without any further interruptions now from Vici.
Strength supports for Timbersaw. Quickly ran down.
Very terrifying indeed. I mean, and it's one of those sort of things that there's not really too much you can buy, right, as that strength support that really helps you against the Timber killing you. It's not like he's running up and hitting you. You buy a Ghost Scepter. There's no sort of kind of cheap, affordable item that's really going to stop him from getting away with that each and every time.
Glimmer is the best solution, but yeah, when you're just using your kisses, he can just get right on top of you. And they did have a ward. They did prepare themselves very nicely for that Roshan, both with the ward bottom to watch the aggressive move and the defensive ward to watch in case of any move. EG.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, even if the Glimmers come out. Ice. He's got the wand in it, so he can get some detection out on himself easily.
Yeah.
It's very hard for them to hide from this Timbersaw. Okay, just a lot of weight on Poyoyo. BKB, E-Blade, what can this morph do? The potential of him was talked up a lot at the start of this game. Let's see what he can bring. So far, it's been a very quiet game from him. 0, 1, and 1, and understandably so. It's very, very hard for him to really get involved. This BKB should be enough for him to be able to turn up, maybe find that opportunity to burst down one. But I say that, he's going to get jumped. Crip, he's going to find him. Have they got the damage? They do. That's the Morph fountain down for 50 seconds. As Crip getting these setups and really being the thing that's just stopped PoYoYo from being able to play those last few times, trying to push down bottom, turn up in the mid. Crip finds him, and with PoYoYo gone, again, it's just 4 versus 5. Vici Gaming, there's not a whole lot they can do to tackle EG.
They're trying to just slow down the wave, but EG, they glyphed the catapult to keep it alive a little bit longer. Vici will glyph back to kill that catapult. 15 seconds till meta.
Of course. See if they want to push in with that timing in mind. Still tier 2's ready for the taking on the side lanes for EG if they want to go for the easier objectives. Of course, then they themselves with this Arteezy Terrorblade, not necessarily in any rush to end this game soon. They can definitely take the safer route here.
Absolutely. Still showing some respect to that massive team fight that Vici does have when they do have their full squad up, when PoYoYo respawns. Now starting to reset. They do see the Morphling bottom for a second. Gonna push the top lane with the Ember Spirit. He can rejoin the fight too. He has that Remnant in the mid lane in case it does kick off. Full Greaves now for Timber. So even tankier. Pipe Greaves, he's got the auras for his team.
Time Slither as well here for Arteezy.
Yummy.
And what does Vici do? Setting up around the bottom, they're bringing 4 in here. Maybe at the anticipation that EG might come in for a tier 2 tower defense. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I mean, EG, of course, with the Terrorblade Metamorphosis up, they can look to just pressure the high ground, maybe try and force Vici Gaming to be the ones that have to back up.
Yeah, they're going to force some reaction. They have a base ward placed now, too. Yeah. It is spotted from Vici. Going to get killed quite quickly. So eyes on crit for these trains.
Yeah, PoYoYo definitely has to do that. Make sure that he's prepared for the jump from this Lion. There's Ori trying to start things off onto Arteezy. BKB and Aegis to fall back on here for Arteezy. We'll start things off with the kisses. Trying to slow it down. Arteezy trying to do his best here to sidestep them. I mean, even if he doesn't, it's not too much damage at all on him. He doesn't really care. That's the melee rack's gone. They get the objective. They try and burst Arteezy with the E-Blade, but immediately the BKB comes out. Arteezy takes down 11. PYW is gone as well. PoYoYo is trying to get crit. He really wants to kill this Lion. Will manage to do so. They bring down crit, but PoYoYo, he's suffering here against the damage from the rest of EG, as that's the morph down. PoYoYo and 11, they do have buybacks available, but the top racks are taken. They're swinging over towards the mid. EG, I don't think they're going away anytime soon. Still with that Aegis. They want to at least try and maybe force out some of these buybacks. Zarbed throwing in the Remnant aggressively, threatening the ability for him to jump in onto the back lines. As they're going to continue to go to work, EG onto the base of Vici Gaming. They don't want to spend these buybacks, Vici. And if they don't, they will lose themselves a second set of racks here against the Terrorblade of Arteezy. As EG, they'll get the objectives. Barely losing anything at all. Their only crit that died came straight in with the buyback. Vici Gaming, they're still just unable to do anything about EG getting whatever they want.
EG just smashing the fights, even versus this insane team fight lineup that Vici has drafted. They can't get their spells off. The egg doesn't even come up before he dies. Old 11 can't get a spear off. He runs in, drops the ult, and then just gets hexed and killed. Doesn't get his BKB off because of that. Excellent plays from EG, getting themselves huge advantage now. 11k gold lead, swinging to bottom too. Vici's team fight's just been broken.
Yeah, they've just never been able. Well, they have been able to get it together. It's just never really been enough.
No, and not in the right scenarios with like multiple heroes caught inside of it either. It was only really the Abaddon the one time when they got the big connection. It was just an Abaddon.
Sure.
And it was Ice kind of baiting them to go for that play there. It's been really good execution from EG. Almost the entire game making no mistakes.
I mean, and when you look at EG achieving this here with this lineup, I mean, you know, as a team, what do you think you're looking at about this and saying we got to take this away, we got to break this up? You know, how do you stop EG from being this fluid with these heroes?
you got to be more prepared for the lanes. They just played these lanes so well. Arteezy free farmed. They took the top tower 7 minutes because this Timber saw that double up wave, that level 1 play, just set them up for a pretty huge advantage going into the mid game. And just the way that they've warded too. I love the vision that EG has been placing. They're watching all the moves, and they're always putting Ice in the risky position, and he's only died the once. Even when he is playing super far up, he's giving Arteezy all the space in the world to farm. It's been very impressive.
Here we have it, Old Lemon, he's going to try something, but the BKB's out from Arteezy. Instantly steps outside of the arena. Continues to push on here with the Metamorphosis. What can they do? Jump in with the Dream Coil. Got the catch on the Arteezy. Do they have the burst? They're attempting to get in with the Supernova as well. BKB popped by Poyoyo. EG, they're just stepping back.
Away.
They don't care. Arbed, he's stepping in, he's going out with the Remnants dancing over Vici Gaming here, Arbed. As again, the ultimates are down, but nobody is dying. Nobody's even barely taking any damage on EG here to the combos from Vici Gaming's. EG, now push on. They'll get themselves another set of racks.
It's over.
This one is looking pretty much over, and yeah, they'll call it now. GG, well played there, as EG here looking terrifying in this game one. This was seemed like a bit of a walk in the park for EG, honestly. They knew what to do.
Sure did.
They had their lineup from the lanes onwards. Barely a hiccup in this play, once again from EG.
Massive strategical advantage. At Vici, it looks like they don't even know what hit them. They're like, wow, we have this amazing team fight, but it never got off. EG didn't give us opportunities to get a good connection with it. Old 11 drops an ulti, they drop a Phoenix Egg on top, and everyone from EG just walks away. Abed running in to avoid it too. Excellent plays from EG. Boba looking very proud of the boys.
Yeah, you definitely understandably hyped up when you sort of see the team going with this lineup and do what they did. And the question is, it's got to be there. Game 2, a Vici game, are they going to directly take away some of these components? When you see players like this, is the Arteezy Terrorblade that has to go?
Oh, there you are. Look at you. Perhaps it might just be something they don't know how to deal with when there's so much space for him. He doesn't have to show himself on the map because he can just farm with these illusions aggressively. He owned with the way that he zoned the Phoenix in the lane too with an illusion while also farming. It was just beautiful execution from EG. I think Vici's got to really look at this early game, look at this laning advantage that EG was able to set up and fix it. Morphling, perhaps too greedy of a hero. He got, 6 last hits, first 3-4 waves, lost his tower super early on, never could really find a place in the game. What's he end in the game? I think he ends, 0-3? Couldn't even get involved.
0-3-2.
Puck ends the game 5-0. That's on Vici's side, by the way. He didn't even die, but they still couldn't do anything because of that EG strategical moves.
No, definitely not what we expected from the Morph. We're expecting more here this game, and Vici themselves absolutely did as well with it being their final pick. It just didn't happen, and we'll get to hear why as we pass you, ladies and gentlemen, back over to the panel.
On the lane, I guess.
Sapphire is a pretty polarizing laner too, meaning you either hard win the lane with kills or you're kind of useless if you're behind, right?
It's true, and I guess against Timbersaw it probably falls into the latter category.
Yeah, I think that if you pick more consistent, like you said, easy to execute, I'm fine with that adjustment. It's not an adjustment that is it's a band-aid fix. In the long run, when you play against a team like EG, you should take it as an opportunity to refine the first 5 to 10 minutes of your game just by virtue of watching what they do to you. That's usually the best way to learn in Dota. But I'm down for that. Heroes like Death Prophet, pretty hard to mess up a lane there. Maybe you'll lose, but it'll never be your Morphling dying and missing 8 CS under tower.
Hopefully not, at least.
Level 2.
And if EG choose to not ban Nyx, well then it's going to be a Nyx for sure. But
yes.
We'll see which EG wants to respect ban. Was it the AA last time?
Last game, it was indeed AA
He has
that they banned.
or picked AA every single game. So yes, when their second pick, they have always banned AA. When their first pick, they've always first picked AA. If it's in the pool, they clearly think it's
That should be a Nyx, yeah. Nyx Assassin at the moment is still one of the highest contended pick/ban rate because he gets banned on awful ton at the moment. Decent win rate as well, although apparently not decent enough for me to write it down.
I was about to say, we're
I know I said it. Well, I know what the win rate was yesterday.
You want to talk win rates? Let me tell you about Tiny's win rate. This dude was 9%.
Oh, don't worry. Tiny was indeed impressive enough for him for me to write it down. He made the cut because it was so abysmally. This is so difficult. It was so abysmally bad.
Keep monologuing, Shiver. You're gonna get to that index card eventually.
It was so abysmally bad that I had to write it down. He has only won 1 game out of 8.
Ooh,
One game out of 8.
He just won a second one, I think. Because when did you pull these stats?
Oh, this was this morning.
Yeah, so I think earlier, I feel like I should know the series, but he won.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow,
he's
two
got
games.
now. Oh,
Impressive
Spirit,
stat there.
Spirit won with it. That's what
Wow.
happened. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, definitely not the best track record for the hero. We do know though, EG, they do run in multiple positions, so it's a bit of a flex pick, sure.
Is this a bit of a yoink from Beast Coast, where that could be
It does
potentially a
feel like
5-position Viper?
Yeah.
They just got that done to them earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously these guys play against the members of Beast Coast continuously in pubs.
Doesn't feel like a very fly hero. though.
It kind of does to me.
I feel like Fly plays these savers typically, like the Oracles, the
yeah.
Abaddons, the healers.
I'll be straight with you. I think Fly's conceptual knowledge of Dota is upper echelon, if not the best.
Sure.
But I don't think he's known for being an incredibly skilled mechanically player, like these like crazy execution, high threshold, like
Yeah.
5 positions.
I'm with you.
I think Viper's in there.
Okay.
Like Viper's a hero that's all about knowing exactly where to be on the map, and to a viewer at home may seem like a super easy hero, but it's not. You know, you play these Enchantresses, these Phoenixes, they don't have stuns, but that usually makes them more difficult to play conceptually because they don't have a clear place to be on the map with their toolkit. They kind of just have to play around the abilities of their teammates. And this guy's like 10k MMR playing 5 position.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh, he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be... there's so many ways they can go about this with the Viper, but it's almost certainly mid or 5 because you're not going to land it against the Lifestealer. That makes no sense. And in that case, the Tiny could be 2 or 4. I'm banking on it being a 4 Tiny, 5 Viper, but we'll see.
They have played Tiny, not yet, this major. They've played Viper once, though, was for Abed. Victory as well against Beast Coast earlier today. But yeah, I like that they're flex picks. I feel like that's if you're gonna open Tiny Viper, you better have them be flex picks. Otherwise, it's a strange opening.
Yeah, it is a very strange opening.
How about
I
the
like it, though.
Lifestealer as a pairing to Nyx Assassin, though? That seems like a equally peculiar opening. Poyo first phasing his hero.
It just shuts down both these heroes as 4s as well as 3s. So it kind of... You see this ridiculous flex that EG is representing. As long as you can adequately protect this Lifestealer, then you're not allowing them to fully abuse the nature of both of their flex picks. I think that's what they're going for.
Okay, so some of the protection, Ursa, Terrorblade, you have to ban out Phantom
Razor, I
Lancer,
think.
Razor. I feel like there's a lot of things
I
that
think
a Lifestealer...
Razor's the #1 that I see own this hero. So unless they pick 2 heroes that are very good against Razor, then it just ruins Lifestealer's game. The hero can't operate at all.
And EG doing a little bit of targeting for Old 11, taking out the Legion Commander. Mars is already first phase banned by Vici. Still has Doom availability, but so far no real reason to pick it other than the fact that it's popular. Though I would be down for Doom Grimstroke if Vici want to do that in second phase.
Yep. They've had some success with the Doom for sure, and we even saw EG banning out first phase in the first game, so they definitely do have it on their radar.
Although actually, having said that, I did see... So Grimstroke was super popular first phase earlier in Wildcards. A lot of Tinies were just tossing people to break the Soulbind, and I was like, oh my god, I had no idea how much of an issue this was. But these Tinies would get caught in the Soulbind, they toss their ally away. They go to their teammates, they toss one of them away. And I was like, well...
You know how that works? Because I actually did a segment on that during...
Did you really, Brian?
because there was one game where it got broke like 2 or 3 times.
Okay, tell me about it.
And
You
it's
just have to do the secondary target, not the primary?
Yeah, you have to do the... It depends on what you're tossing to. But if the leash gets broken, if the primary target of the leash is still within the range of somebody, it will releash to somebody.
Correct, yeah.
But if the secondary target's the only one still in range, so if you're tossing to a creep, you would want to toss the primary target. But if you're tossing to another hero, you could still toss the primary if you want, but they'll just be linked in the outside of the fight.
Right, or the new link will form onto Tiny and the other person,
exactly. Yeah. It's a really weird spell, but it's also possible for your teammates to grief you a bit because
With Tiny? Really?
No,
That
I'm
hero?
saying
Who
that-
knew?
No, I'm saying just in general, like if a Coddle blasts them or a Mars Spear or something like that, some displacement spell on your own
Oh,
team.
right, the forced movement.
Yes,
yeah.
it will
Break it.
break the link. So We're talking about a hero that isn't even in the game yet, but it's still fun.
Well, who do you want to talk about then?
Well, I know. I was about to say the second round of
5
bans.
seconds
This is the
remaining.
perfect time to just talk about random
Didn't
crap.
ban out the Razor though.
Did not. They banned out Terrorblade and Morphling. Definitely strong heroes as well. Ursa there. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe they plan on
Just keep it on
picking
your-
it up themselves.
I'll keep it on my radar, but man, that is a boring ass draft. EG got Viper Razor on their team. You were talking boring in game 1. This is gonna be taken up to number 11.
Do
I
not
mean,
put it past Bulb to go.
Maybe we shouldn't call it boring because I don't think that the game that we just witnessed was boring. It was just lack of action, and there's a lot of these micro decision makes and made. Wow, English hard. That are super exciting for the diehard Dota fans.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
I would just appreciate EG messing up a little bit this game.
Yeah.
Because for the viewers at home, that's where the memes come in. There's
That's true.
I want to see Arteezy on a cliff at least twice.
We saw that already yesterday, though.
We did, but he TP'd off immediately. Where's the
I need a
fun in that?
One
Magnus.
TP off, one cookie off. You know, they found the way they can
10
toss people
seconds
off at this point.
Yeah.
Winter Wyvern could fly off, even though, of course, that wouldn't be Arteezy
How
How
generally.
hype would that be, though? And also, now that it is a Wyvern, that's probably Fly Zero, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, that
Ye-
is true.
He has played it before as well. We have seen a couple of 4 Wyverns, but not a whole lot.
How
And I have-
crazy would an Ice Wyvern be?
What were
Poor
the...
tiny
dude,
Wyvern.
after the curse nerf, I don't think you can really do it.
Okay.
The 2.5 seconds is brutal. And wow, this is very
All the
aesthetically
flyers.
pleasing, yeah.
Yes. Gotta wait for
So
that
many
moment.
wings of flapping there.
When are they flapping at the same time? There's gonna be a moment that
Oh
they
my
all
god,
flap
this
at
is
the
like
same
when you're...
yeah, when you're
turn
watching
signal.
the thing trying to hit the corner.
Oh no, the
Oh.
DVD screen cover is a good screensaver is a good one. I'm thinking about when you're in your car and you have the turn signal on,
Yeah.
and you're waiting for your turn signal to line up with the dude in front of you. That's how I'm feeling.
Faces Void coming out for AG themselves.
That's a nice
Poor
counter to the Life
Polio,
Stealer.
yo.
They're also pretty light on stun so far. You do have the Nyx, but not exactly reliable against a hero like Void with the low cooldown mobility. They got some options. I would be kind of happy to see a hero that Necrophos. I want to say it. Damn.
Doom's still coming out.
I did want to see a single target ultimate that just kind of screwed over the Void, but I thought a ranged hero might go better with the Nyx in lane. Doom, it should be fine, but I do think Void, they're not prioritizing the lane here. They're prioritizing shutting him down after the lane. He should have a pretty good start.
But Brian, that was their downfall in game 1. You need to
I know.
prioritize the lanes, Vici.
I know.
Yeah.
If you haven't played other heroes in this kind of scenario, then don't branch out of your comfort zone randomly in group stage in a game
Sure.
that could be pivotal on whether or not you actually make it to the top 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're a double melee. Wyvern is a 5 that's absolutely punishable in the first or in the early laning stage. But I guess they're just gonna let it go. They're just gonna let Faces Void escape that potentially disastrous safe lane. I mean, Wyvern Void is not a strong lane,
Yeah.
but neither is Nyx
10
Doom.
seconds remaining.
Tsunami, earlier you said you didn't really
5
like the
seconds
Phoenix as a
remaining.
4, but generally it is DY playing Nyx Assassin and it is PYW on the Phoenix, right? Are you happy with that support combo?
Wait, which order did you say it was?
DY, Nyx Assassin, PYW, Phoenix? Did they switch that around a
Switch
lot?
that around.
Not
At
this,
least-
because not this major yet. So I'm curious. If,
Yeah, I mean, both of them I've seen Phoenix on, and in this situation, let's say, so it could be Phoenix Doom versus Void Wyvern. Then your lane is Lifestealer Nyx Assassin versus don't know yet. I think it's open to
10
interpretation.
seconds
We
remaining.
will have to see on who EG pick for Ice, I think.
Yeah.
5
most likely.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
It actually, Vici Gaming is banning out Templar Assassin. So they are definitely playing with the idea that.
yeah.
The Wyvern mid Viper or 5 Viper. I mean,
Yes. And then still not, but here to go. It's definitely very open and flexible still. Vici Gaming, we're missing the Ori hero.
they responded to this Lifestealer 3rd pick with the Wyvern. It is a support that's pretty good against you, but how crazy would it be to just pick the off lane right away into that safe lane pick?
Yeah.
There's that Wyvern. They haven't exactly countered the Wyvern. There's no gap close.
But I mean, just at a base level, do you think it's still viable after the curse nerf?
I'm gonna tell you yes.
Okay, good. That's
Not because
that's
I
the
for sure
conviction.
know. Yes.
Storm
Okay, well
Spirit.
now there's a way to kill Wyvern, but I like that pick.
Yeah, easy to deal with Void.
I don't
more
love it,
so than
though.
other mid laners.
I'm kind of fine with EG just putting Viper mid now. And going for an offlaner, let's see.
10 seconds remaining.
Slardar?
What do you want? You want
5
stun for the
seconds
Storm Spirit?
remaining.
Legion's already banned.
Invoker.
So it is 3 Wyvern like I predicted.
I'm very excited.
Oh, it's 3
Nice
Vipe.
try.
I'm very excited nonetheless.
Because it's Abed Invoker.
It's been a while,
It has been a
and
while.
it's gonna be the Invoker versus Storm lane, which I think is a pretty fun lane to watch because it could go either way, correct?
Yes, I think that I should have predicated more of my predictions on the laning phase, and I'm gonna just be very basic here because that's where EG decides the game most of the time. And I don't think EG's lanes are very strong. Viper, he relies on the poison attack to do like heavy harass, and Lifestealer has rage to remove that. And Doom should have a pretty decent time, and Storm should have a pretty decent time. So EG's now banking on this late game wombo combo team fight. Maybe they're trying to go outside their comfort zone. Doesn't really seem like their recipe for success. I'll go against them again, but with confidence that they're not going to win the lanes.
I think that Poyo's Lifestealer is going to hate life. I think that he's going to get kited constantly. He's going to be having to worry about getting cursed. He's going to worry about Chrono. And he's going to have to worry about a farmed Viper striking him constantly. So even though the lanes aren't as great, I think EG are willing to relinquish some of that strength. I'm going to think that they'll still win it anyway.
We do have the DY Phoenix and the PYW next to CEST, so they did switch
Right.
that up,
Yeah.
as you said, but it still doesn't sway you in their direction.
It does not. Not enough.
Not.
Lifestealer's going to struggle.
All right, well, let's see what's going to happen in this game, too. Vici Gaming versus Evil Geniuses, together with ODPixel and Fogged.
Yes, thank you, Sheev. It does feel like EG has gone for more of a later game type of approach this time around. Vici going for more of the stable Storm Spirit Lifestealer, this Infest Bomb combo that could maybe save the Lifestealer from horrific scenarios that Neil is describing. Owen, how you doing? What do you think?
Yeah, not too bad. Looking forward to this. I think I see this, and I just feel that Vici's, they've got to do way better than the lanes. If they get behind at the start, the game goes on. At the end of it all, EG, they've got that setup, right? They've got this Chrono, they've got this Curse, you know, these big AoE setups for that Cataclysm to come in from Abed's Invoker in the later stages. So, yeah, I think Vici, they can't get away with sort of losing all 3 lanes like they did last time, or at least, you know, not being able to get anything done off the back of them. Because overall, I look at this Void, I think the only thing RTZ really has to be worried about is the Doom ultimate. Everything else he can play around, and all in all, it's a pretty strong Void game.
Does have to worry, of course, for the Orchid timing that's going to be coming out from the Storm Spirit too. But yeah, if they can get to those later stages, does feel strong. I think Vici also does have a pretty strong late game draft, though. We've seen Old 11 Doom, this Refresher, this Midas, this Greed that he's gone for. They also have Phoenix, one of those very strong support heroes that does scale very hard. Speaking of Old 11, does scout out that there is a ward in the mid lane. So maybe going to go for a quick D-road there. And the other thing to point out is, too, it is an Invoker picked into a first pick Nyx Assassin, which can really ruin an Invoker's game quite a lot of times. So we'll see how it all does kick off. We do have a lot of Master Tier heroes here. Ori, Master Tier Storm, Master Tier Tiny on crit. Let's see how those lanes do go out.
Let's have a look. Yeah, last game we had that sort of 2k advantage, I think, at least already, like the 8-minute mark from EG. See if they're able to achieve something similar here.
I'm going to be watching the top lane because just the way that they doubled up the wave last time, I think that's going to be a similar approach. Using the Nether Toxin, just forcing this wave in. They've got this double wave coming in. But I think Poyoyo will be able to handle it a little bit better as a Lifestealer compared to Morph. Not as greedy of a hero.
Yeah, I think, you know, Lifestealer, of course, is going to suffer some difficulties down the line against the Vibe Strike and the Nether Toxin, but at least in the lane and with the backup of DY, yeah, we're going to see Poyoyo have a better time in the lane.
Yeah. Oh, mid lane. Ori steps up a bit far, eats a lot of damage from Abed. He's going to have to eat that EMP too. That's going to make him quite sad. A lot of mana committed from Abed though. He's down 300 mana just off of the first wave. Usually you want to save a bit more for those constant spam of the tornadoes to secure CS, which can be a bit difficult as the Quas Flex versus the Storm Spirit who's forcing the wave into you constantly. Toss back.
Now, what do you expect sort of build-wise from CEST from the off-lane Viper role this game?
It's been, from what I've seen, it's been the same exact build every game. It's been the Urn into either a Atos or bots into Atos, something along those lines. Could see arguments maybe for something like a Veil, but I don't think so. Or he just goes Auras, because that is a nice approach. EG does like having somebody with like a pipe and a mech too in the game, so perhaps does look for something like that to save. Since they do have one form of save anyway with the Wyvern, maybe wanting a secondary one to counteract the Doom, which usually does feel nice.
So far, mid lane, 7-4 against the 6-for-2. Very close here. And
Storm favorite matchup.
Top.
So, Abed,
yeah,
he'll have a little bit of a struggle at the start.
We'll see what moves Abed's able to make. Of course, Abed's Invoker, incredibly active sort of playstyle he'll go for after he has that first item. You can expect to see him sweep it up and down the map, looking to get involved as much as possible. Spot him.
Courier snipe.
Arteezy is looking for some bashes here. Won't quite be able to get any more. So 11 does at least have that chainmail.
I'd be surprised to see much of a kill here on most of the lanes, to be honest. Much more of a passive style coming out. DY did use the dive, crit looking for an opportunity to perhaps to punish. Top is probably the one where we could see that kill, the Phoenix, but other lanes don't really think so. It's a Void and Wyvern versus this Doom, who is super tanky. So they'd have to step pretty far out of position, or just consecutive bashes to catch him off guard. EG, same approach, though. Triple range creep. Hitting the tower, looking to slow down Vici. Both couriers killed, too. Is there any regen even left up here? There is some on DY. And Poyoyo can
heavily cutting
get
the creeps here.
Yeah. But he's a life stealer, so it's not a Morphling who just gets really pressured by this. He's got his built-in sustain from his passives. They are starting to get quite a bit of that harassment kicking in, though. Nice.
A combo off of the rage might be enough to do it here. Poyoyo, he's out of regen. I think they've got him here, EG. As they do indeed. First blood. As he may be farming a lot better than he did last game, but still suffering against the aggression here from Crit and Ice.
These two really know how to bully these poor carries.
Same time down bottom, Arteezy. Farm looking just fine as well, 20 and 5. He's not really being slowed down whatsoever by the lane presence of PYW and Old 11.
He gets a point in time dilation early on. He's doing well in the lane anyway. Maybe wants to push off in case there is any aggression. But interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if they ever get aggressive on him, I think there's potential to turn. You know, with the chase of the slow from that and the Arctic burn. Especially like PYW, if he tries to come in with the stun and then he hasn't got that left, they can try and run down the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, no, that is definitely true. PYW using both spells.
Yeah, they're going to go for it now. Needs a bash though, and he's not getting it.
Nope.
A bash would have done it there, but Arteezy not quite able to find the RNG, so PYW can walk it off.
He's farming nicely though. So is the Doom. Doom going to get that much better farm because of the built-in Devour, but not able to slow down Arteezy is very important. As again, top, Poyoyo. Crit's looking for the tossback. He'll get it. Poyoyo.
Yeah, he has. And with Rage already being used, this is going to be heavy damage onto Poyoyo. As can they need? Is that going to be enough hit with the urn? And they did. They needed another touch upon him, but Poyoyo able to keep enough distance. Does mean he's going to have to stick around very low. No salve in the lane between the two of them.
Yeah, Crit. Looks like he's running all the way back to base to reset. They've done their damage. Poyoyo has been slowed down significantly. Still getting 23 last hits, but they've gotten the 1 kill. And bottom, they do get that secondary one as soon as the Nyx Assassin leaves the lane. This time dilation is super valuable.
It is. Yeah, just this 1 point early on is setting them up for these moves. And Vici Gaming losing heroes in ways they wouldn't have intended to down here. PYW making his way over towards the mid. So maybe seeing if we can get the setup onto Arbed. Now, Zori's ready to go with the backup. Arbed instantly turns there with the combo. Backups coming in from Crit. With the stun down onto Arbed and Crit. Have they got enough damage? Crit tossing Arbed back to safety underneath the tower. Will get them away. Again, you know, 6 minutes in. No surprise here. Vici Gaming, the duo support movement on mid. But EG, as they were in last game, they're prepared.
I was going to say, that's, you know, Crit was going back to base with like half mana, but now that absolutely makes sense. It's every single time they do this rotation, he's ready for it. He TPs instantly before they're even all there. It really heads up stuff from EG, doing their homework.
So far, so good. It might not be the same sort of lead from EG that they had at this moment last game, but it's not far off. 2-0, 1K lead from EG in the first 6 minutes of laning.
Ice getting given the lane. He's level 6 now, so that Lifestealer doesn't really want to approach back over there. DY gonna just pull. He's gonna get good levels up here, but the Lifestealer's gonna just have to sit inside the jungle for the moment. Crit, just sticking around mid, using this catapult wave, trying to get some good tower damage. PYW does use his stun, doesn't take too much damage from the EMP, will clean up a bit of that wave. But they're keeping this catapult alive, tanking it a few hits onto Abed. Creep wave comes in too. Every little bit matters.
Has got to be careful down here, very close to the 6. If EG's ever able to get him low with a bit of harassment, Arteezy will have no hesitation in dropping down the chrono. In fact, he's going to look to make the move straight top. Get a use with the 6 up here. Crit. They've got enough control here, they do. Or he's in with the grab back. Crit will get taken out. Immediately, Arteezy and Ice so looking towards Poyo with a Viper strike and a chrono. They'll have the lockdown and damage to take down the Lifestealer, as we saw. Arteezy pretty much TP top as soon as he hit that 6.
Loving the moves from both sides. The instant storm rotation when he sees the Tiny walking through his jungle, and the instant rotation from Arteezy in reaction, like you said, as soon as he does get that level 6. Crit, making the move mid again, even though he does die, looking to secure Abed, who is ahead of the Storm Spirit.
See, going for that Witchblade first. Abed just making sure they have that heavy damage to hit with when he makes these moves as early as he wants to.
I like it. It's very different approaches from certain players. Like we've seen Miracle, every single time he plays Quaswex, he's always going to go Urn. He's always going to go for Spirit Vessel, but he has a Viper on his team who went that Urn, so he's going for a different build. Ice is going to be going for that Atos build as expected versus the Storm Spirit versus Doom. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And they're going to get this tower. So very early on, last game it was 7 minutes, this time it's 9 minutes. It does require a rotation from Arteezy, but still very early.
Fly.
He's going to pay the price.
Cold Embrace off, but they've got the magical damage. No safety here for Fly.
Keeps the regen going on Ori too. So he'll be able to join for the next fight. Has his TP available if he sees an opportunity.
And Arteezy's just going to stay playing on Vici Gaming's half of the map now. Knows that Vici's going to be making these aggressive moves around Ori. Doesn't want to be anywhere near as he looks to get that first time with the Maelstrom done on his build-up.
I like that Ice doesn't deviate from the build. I've been seeing a couple of these Vipers. They only put like 2-3 points in poison attack. They start maxing Nether Toxin. I like the max poison attack. You start just getting tanky. You're an offlaner. You want to be tanky, so you get 4 points poison attack, go for your max corrosive, maybe 2-3 points, and then you start going back for Nether Toxin, but I like just having max poison attack. That's 90% of the hero.
He's going to move himself down to the bottom. Make sure that he can keep that wave pushed out and really limit the opportunities for Vici Gaming to try and take early towers themselves. And of course, their lineup, not really the best at taking objectives. I guess both teams not really with the best heroes for sieging towers, but
no.
Definitely slow here for Vici Gaming when it comes to getting those buildings. Their lineup much more built around getting these pickups, getting these kills. But mid lane, the setup's going to be there onto Ori. Some with the avalanche, have they got enough damage with that toss? Ooh, not quite enough. Okay. Zip out in time, he'll get away. PYW missing the stun. This Crit will be able to walk out. EG Gaming not able to get a catch on EG in return here, as EG still with the 4 at the mid. Well, let's put the pressure on. Arteezy has got Chronosphere up and ready to go if they see an opportunity mid.
And they have a catapult. Ice every single time making the moves with those catapults to look for tower pressure. EG always utilizing them at their maximum. Crit gets a toss back.
Crit is able to get the toss back. PYW will turn with the Impale, catch the 2 of them, dive in from DY, has got Supernova available, but the curse is going to come out, catches the 2 of them. PYW, he's dead for sure. We'll see Ice getting caught underneath the tower though because of this, or he's able to come in with the grab, takes him out. Supernova being popped there as he was a little worried about getting caught from the combo of Abed. They push back EG, still heavy damage done though to this mid tower.
They get bottom tower though. Their card is able to just take it while that whole fight is kicking off, so Vici do get a big kill in response, even though they lose their Nyx Assassin. Not too big of a deal. Egg is on cooldown, though. DY wanting to save his life. Looks like a bit of a funny egg. I'm sure people are typing lol, but does want to protect himself. They are going to refill the bottle of Ori bottom, and he's not going for Orchid. Bit interesting since he is playing versus Void. Does seem like it has its very high effectiveness, but he's just going for his own build. He's just going for this Kaya.
I mean, I can't imagine it'll be a Bloodstone Rush. It's got to be the Kaya Sands, right? Yeah. I guess you're just sort of thinking he wants to tank up, so if he does get caught by these stun combos, he's going to live long enough to zip out.
I guess so. Usually you see this when you're versus like a lot of different forms of disable that you can actually prevent with the status resist, but he's versus Chronosphere, so a bit of an interesting approach.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you think it's going to be sort of a build-up that Arteezy, if he catches a click onto Ori, he's going to be quite happy that this Orchid Rush isn't coming this game.
Hell yeah. Arteezy's already got the Maelstrom finished very early on in the game.
And an easy kill
11.
there.
His Midas, it's up.
Oh.
He's dead.
He's not got anything
up.
to Midas.
Oh no. The pain, the agony.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. Poor old 11.
Old 11, indeed.
Old 11.
Poyoyo,
That's rough
farming
for him.
mid.
That's rough for...
Gonna get pushed back from a couple hits from the Witchblade. Much more farm-heavy game. 5-3, 13 minutes. PYW starting to do some scouting. They have this deep aggressive ward that they placed last time too. Crit is sitting in the area to protect Abed, and double sentries down. I want to see what Ori queues up next.
Well, I mean, it could be Kaya. Well, would you go Kaya into the Orchid? Surely not, because then that's if you're still going to get the Orchid, you've just slowed it down unnecessarily, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really curious to see what he does look to go for. Yeah, if it is going to be like a
Bloodstone. I think it's going to be Kaya Sanj.
I would imagine so.
We'll see. I mean, so far so good for him. 2-0-1. He's been having a solid start here, Ori. A lot of space and time being given, though, to Arteezy as he's up there, keeping on par with the farm of old 11's Midas Doom.
DOI looking to play more around the Sunray this game, going for the Holy Locket. Like this build up more as a... When you're playing the 5 Phoenix, it makes a lot more sense. When you're playing the 4 Phoenix, you want to go for your more like carry kind of potential. So I do like that, especially versus a hero like Void. Anyone who gets caught inside that Chronosphere, you can potentially try to save them. And Vici going for a much more farming style, as we mentioned. Midas on the Doom, the Devour. Just feel like it will pay off for them. And it is just going to be the Kaya Sanj.
Yeah. I guess just really valuing the extra survivability.
Yeah.
If he does get caught by some of the stuns that are offer here from EG.
Does make him tanky, at least 2 versus that Chrono. Atos is finished from Ice. More catch. Vici's hunting.
Gotta be careful, yeah. With that Chrono coming up round the corner. Counterplays are available for EG. Making that move as well. Before old 11 quite had the blink tag. I mean, this is going to be the key thing that will really set up the team fights for success. If old 11 can get in, ideally catch Abed or Arteezy with the Doom.
Stupendous.
Well, let's see. The smoke, not going to achieve anything at all here, Vici Gaming. And we'll see if they want to try and pull something together around this tier 2 mid if VG push in.
EG's walking up. Ice. He's spotted. They're committing on him.
See what old 11 goes for. Old 11, he's actually going to blink back. He doesn't want to blink in aggressively. Ice being protected here by the Cold Embrace. Have to dive in from DY. We'll be back out to the side. The Atos will hold him in place. Neither team really getting a full grab on one another. There's old 11. Hiding in the wings again, ready to go for a jump. They've got to be so aware, though, of Arteezy in this Chronosphere. Could put complete stop to the team fight that Vici Gaming attempt to bring.
I love how bold Ice is. He knows he has the backup of the Cold Embrace, but just face-checking the high ground, knowing he's got all that backup. Love to see it. Both teams look like they're both going for their own item timings. No one's really looking to force too much of that pressure. Abed looking to go for perhaps a BKB before going for that Aghanims that we know will inevitably come out with that Void.
Yeah, it's all he really needs to do this game. Cataclysm is just going to be that game winning down the line with the Chronosphere setup.
Top, Old 11, setting up for crit. There's backup though.
So he's got the damage, crit. Turn with the Avalanche, on level turn, he's going to drop the Doom down onto Isocice. They'll take out Fly. Arteezy, he's looking for the egg, but the pull comes in, the Vortex is there, doesn't matter. Arteezy's still able to get the hits in to take down the Supernova, but EG, they've lost 3. Vici Gaming clean up this time. Can they get Arteezy or Abed as well? They've got the dust on Abed. Stun comes out, but it's off the mark. They're able to dodge it. Arteezy's even thinking about turning. Tries to get back in there, but Old 11 jumps across with the Who Stomp, catches the 2 of them. They'll get the setup, they take down Abed. Arteezy, he can't finish off Old 11. They've lost 4 EG. As Arteezy, he's just got to run. He's got no business here anymore. As Vici Gaming taking a smart fight round the tier 2, getting in on the supports first, and EG just not quite able to pull together that team fight or find the opportunity for an early chrono to turn things around there.
What a play from Old 11, really. The double, the War Stomp there, just saving his teammates, covering them from the back, from the initiation, from the Invoker. Clean plays from Vici, nice responsive plays too. EG starting to get out farmed. This Midas, it's paying off for the Doom. The Storm Spirit's just having this free farm too. Lifestealer, Poyoyo, he's not getting pressured either.
Abed. He's going to try for the setup on PYW. Are we going to see anything from Ori? Ori's watching from the side. He's going to try and come in and turn this around. It comes in with a Vortex grab onto Arteezy, but the curse comes out. Fly keeps them safe. Arteezy, he'll bail out of it. Dime walks back to safety. Over to the side, they'll focus towards Fly, but Fly keeps himself protected for now with the Cold Embrace. See if Poyoyo's able to do the damage with the help of the Sunray. He will. Fly gets taken out. Poyoyo tries to turn towards his next target. Moving in onto crit. Jumping into the creep. Trying to get out of there, but the Bashes and the Cold Snap comes out. He'll jump out. Arteezy jumping back to safety. The Sunstrike comes crashing down onto Poyoyo. Stuck in the poison. The poison and the Viper Strike coming out from Isocice. He's got the damage. He's taken out too. He's ready to try and go for more. The Tornado from Arbe comes out. Catches both Old 11 and Ori. Only PYW getting out of there. As quickly EG lose a team fight top, they come back in with the action in the mid lane, and EG, they come back out on top again.
And Ice wildly draws lines on the map to deal with the lanes after that. They chased for Fly, they chased for crit, they chased for the supports, they get punished for it heavily. Ice looking to go for PYW. Max Carapace, though, will cover him. Great fight from EG.
And that's always going to be a little bit concerning here for Vici Gaming, losing a team fight like that when Chronosphere wasn't even involved.
Supports bailing them out of some difficult situations. Beautiful Tornado too to follow. And Ori is going to go back for that Orchid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, top, Ori. He's going to have the catch on Fly. As Fly, can they save him? They cannot.
Oh, boom.
Cannot indeed. That's Fly gone. Old 11. Chrono's up. We'll see if Arteezy wants to try and go for this. He's not going to try. Vici Gaming back up to the high ground. EG will hold back.
Too scary jumping in blind there. The Phoenix, they saw the Sunray. He's still got Egg. Don't want to commit onto a Chronosphere there onto Old 11, who's still very tanky himself. There is a DD bottom. This could be the play that they look for with the Chrono. He's not putting points into it, by the way. He's maxing time dilation instead of putting that secondary point. Since it only does increase 0.5, does prioritize his other abilities.
I mean, that's actually pretty big brain. As
I like
you
it.
say, you know, that 0.5 seconds, definitely something you could argue does not matter nearly as much as the scalability of the dilation.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I've seen a lot of players doing more of these different skill builds lately, especially with the introduction of stats back in the game. Crit still doesn't have Blink. This is one of the slower ones I've seen from these 4 positions. Does need to find a little bit of space to farm so they have a secondary form of initiation, because right now they're more about counter initiation, and otherwise it's Arteezy who has to be the full setup for them. Bit awkward. Got SNY though finished. And good timing still on Arteezy, but Vici is climbing ahead more and more because of this Doom, just how massive Old 11 really is. BKB coming out on the Courier. Approaching that Orchid. Poyoyo almost has his own SNY too. Oh, okay. They're gonna go for the Roche here with the Alacrity. There's 4 points. There's a double Forge Spirit also from Abed.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Chrono. They're happy for Vici Gaming to come over and try and take a fight. Because Vici Gaming, they've got pretty good methods to take a fight with and ways to dive in and disrupt this. We'll see if they can find the timing. DY's going to go for it, but the Chrono's down immediately. RTZ covering the Roshan and the Aegis here, dropping the Chrono, prepared for that commitment from Vici Gaming as they take down DY.
Nice curse.
The curse comes out. RTZ should still drop the once here, but of course having that Aegis to get back, he's going to be ready for round 2. With the toss in, throwing Arbed into the front lines, they're able to take out Old Levin. PYW trying to get out, but the dust is there. Got the vision, if they got the control, they do. Dilation from RTZ catches the Nyx Assassin. EG, they'll keep it safe around the pit. As, Sunshine will hit onto Poyo. He should have the movement speed to get out here with the phase boots. He will indeed manage to get away there, but some good plays there. EG keeping it smart. RTZ knowing that he has to make sure that Roche is secured, and he does that perfectly with the Chrono.
He's being so clutch for his team right now. 5-0-6 on the Void. He's the one keeping them at disadvantage. Beautiful. If they get the egg off, I was like, oh, DY almost does connect with it, but yeah, nice Chrono from RTZ. And Ori was not involved. He was looking to get some more farm for the Storm Spirit. Getting close to that Orchid. Still will be very effective. There is the SNY, of course, that status resist for RTZ to protect him, but still very, very valuable versus him and versus the rest of the lineup of EG. They do lose the Aegis, so as quick as they do get it, they do quickly lose it as well.
I see Old Levin. I mean, after the BKB, you know, what with still this immense amount of gold that he does have flowing in, what other items does he need to be getting up for the team here, do you think?
Could be a Shiva's. He could still go for some just rush of like that refresher that we've seen him do. Might be a bit limited on the mana pool, so does want probably the Shiva's in between. We'll see. Old Levin.
Heading in, Old Levin.
He's looking for a fight.
How heavy does he want to commit, though? He's not going to get the chance to. Curse holds back the two of them. As Ori's going to still try with the dive in. He's able to get the catch onto Arbed. Cold Embrace comes into play. Can they actually protect their Invoker? They can't. Arbed will fall. Vici Gaming get the kill.
Gotta love that interaction. Sunray will continue going even if you are cursed. So he was still able to get that Supernova off afterwards. That's the Orchid reveal too from Ori. Level 17 on him. And they will get this tower down finally. BYW looking for the next target already.
Yeah. Might be able to scout something out here. They're looking towards Ice. In they come. Ori and Poyo straight over on top of the Vipers. PYW gives them the information they need to push on for another kill.
EG pretty much completely relying on Chronosphere to be able to weather the storm of Vici. Even though they got the Roche, they don't have the Aegis for these upcoming fights, and definitely missing a big damage element. Viper, very dominant inside the laning phase, but as we've seen multiple times at this tournament, his effectiveness does start to get reduced heavily. Especially when they can just infest bomb. Usually you're the counter to Lifestealer, but when Lifestealer has methods of delivery, it does counteract the Viper that usually is good for him.
Look at this down bottom. Just a quick move. The Chrono's going to get dropped. RTZ, has he got the damage? He's going to try and turn over towards Ori. And he's been thrown up by the Yule Scepter. The Doom's been dropped down. RTZ, he's done for.
They're starting to lose control of the game,
quick moves. Yeah, Vici Gaming just running all over the map. EG getting picked apart and losing the all-important Faceless Void. As you can see with the individual net worth, a lot of it riding on the shoulders of RTZ. They've got to keep him safe. Him dying is going to hurt tenfold here for the game from EG's perspective as things go on.
No Chronosphere, though. Next fight's still going to look to be pretty difficult for them, as Egg is coming back up in 5 seconds. PYW doing an excellent job of scouting over and over again, and they do always have these long jumps with the Orchid, with the Infest. Looks a very tough game for EG moving forward. All dependent on this Void, really to land perfect Chronosphere, and depending on Abed to get that Aghanims at a good timing so they can get the Cataclysm follow up. He really feels like he's going to need it this game.
Absolutely. But it's not going to come too quickly. We'll get sped up a little bit there from the kill they can catch. And in fact, Fly trying to go for more, but Ori's in with the counterplay. Straight in with the silence onto Fly. They take down the Wyvern. Old Levin trying to commit on with the BKB, but he's already been slowed down heavily. Nice Ice. Thinking about maybe poking back in on him. He's kind of alone, though. Over towards the mid, Arbed. She opting to cancel his own TP here as he wishes to stay around, but that's going to give Ori the chance to tip back in on him. Ori's in straight away onto Arbed. Arbed popping the BKB, will manage to get out to the side. As he'll live, RTZ's got to be careful. No Chrono for 60 seconds. They'll try and turn with the setup and burn the man of the Lifestealer, but he's inside of the range creep with the Infest. He's able to dodge it all. As in fact, Poyoyo, he's thinking about getting back in on this. Sunstrike comes out, does connect onto DY, but not quite enough to finish him off. Ice.
Shows under
Reveal
one.
that they have the vision upon him. Leads him with the Atos from the low ground, and Old Levin with his BKB on cooldown. He's looking pretty dead here. EG able to find an opportunity to punch back with that vision.
Gem picked up from DY. Looking to really control the map is usually what that says. When you're playing with a Nyx Assassin especially, just always wanting to be able to lead the charge. I've been seeing blanketed sentries across the board here from Vici. Still continuing to get this lead growing. Even though EG is getting a couple pickoffs here, the efficiency on the map is much higher from Vici. Storm now full
Absolutely.
BKB.
Yeah, Ori, he can just go straight in on any of these backliners. I mean, even Arteezy right now, BKB, it's just about to come out for him. Even then, if they are able to get in with a quick setup, that Vortex before he can get either off, they've got good chain control to follow up behind. So we're seeing at Old 11, that Doom is definitely the huge struggle for these cores, especially when EG's lineup is really starting to shift the way as the game progresses to all rest on Arteezy's Void. If he gets caught, the fight is pretty much over.
Does feel pretty challenging here. Fly has to have perfect positioning too to save the cores that might get initiated on Sin. Vici has so many different forms to do that initiation. Infest, they're looking for a fight. Gem on the Storm, DD in the bottle. Seem to know where EG's positioning is right now. Yeah.
Arteezy's got to get some sort of insane chronosphere here to stop Vici Gaming getting a lot of kills as they find Ice to start things off. Quick dodge of the Tornado, Ice is getting caught and braced. It's going to buy him some time. Not enough, or maybe the Curse. The Curse comes out of Hopper Pack, doesn't matter. Ori's able to zip past it. And over to the side, Old 11, he's found Arteezy. The dude's been dropped down on the Void. They run him down as there's no escape for Artur. 2 dead and maybe more. With the jump over to correct Vici Gaming, they find another.
Ice. He's looking to hit back, but he might just get chased.
He bought back for this.
Okay,
he's got to be careful.
Ooh. That was pretty risky, it feels like, from Ice. Old 11 was ready to follow up there with the War Stomp at any moment.
I mean, these are big moves from Vici Gaming, and it's really speeding up to a point that, I mean, as we say, I think somehow, some way, Arbed, he's just got to get this Ags.
He does.
And they're looking for the Cataclysm comeback. This is one of those games that I don't think anything else is going to be able to do it here, as Vici Gaming are really starting to overrun EG.
The team fight, the catch, everything it feels like too. Vici just starting to really get too big of an advantage for EG to hit back. It does feel like, yeah, 4-man Chronosphere, some Cataclysm to bring them back into it. Because Tiny, Viper, these two heroes are lane dominators. The game has gotten to a point now where it's fighting. There is a Doom cooldown, there is an Egg cooldown. EG is going to try to take advantage of it. See who they can find. They have this top vision right now. They spot DY. They see those Storm Spirit backing up too.
He can't mess this up. He's got it straight down.
And that's the gem.
Instant drop there, and that is the gem as well. So not only a huge kill, but a tasty objective there with the gem changing hands.
And priority of targets
EG's
too.
side.
The Ward spotted both heroes. They saw the Phoenix going left. They saw the Storm going right. So they predicted that he's going to go farm that camp. They get the perfect setup there from Arteezy. Long cooldown.
Could be a good
it is a big pickoff, but Vici could strike back very soon.
There's a little bit of a window where Roche will be up, but Ori will still be dead, but probably won't be enough for EG to do anything about.
No. It's 18 seconds till it does respawn. He's going to be back up.
Yeah.
They're already scanning it. And it is showing up, so they might think that it's going on already. And Old 11 switches the build.
Over.
He goes for the Ags instead. He had the Shivas queued up, but he just goes plate mail into an Aghanims. Crit.
Arteezy. He jumps in. He jumps in, but he gets caught up by the sun. The Tornado does come out and will allow Arteezy to get the BKB off. Turns over towards Old 11, but Old 11's able to get the Doom off Arteezy. He's trying to run. Corner Briss will start hitting off. Ice is able to take down the Supernova. Arteezy, they're trying to save him, but they cannot. The curse to hold back Poyoyo, but Arteezy will still go down. Ice caught out by the Spike Carapace. Another kill for Poyoyo. As Vici Gaming once more coming out on top of these skirmishes. They're going to have Vori back up. Roshan is there. Poyoyo's going to head into the pit. No Ice, and no Arteezy. Vici Gaming fully aware that there's very little EG can do about this.
Yeah, there's no way that they can fight back. Your split push lanes immediately. Abed, try to maximize your farm to get that Aghanims online, but yeah, Vici. Ag's Doom. I really didn't expect him to go for it, but I guess to counteract the status resist, you know, if you're going to reduce the cooldown, if you're going to reduce the duration of my Doom, I'm going to increase the duration of my Doom. So a cool kind of approach there, even though he was.
Is he going to try for it? He is, Prince in!
But he's stunned.
What? It was close there. He's just getting left on the ground for quite a bit of time. He tries for it, won't be able to get either. The kill still there for Vici Gaming. And the Aegis as well, also secured by Vici as well.
They got everything. Yeah, Cheese, Shard, Aegis. EG started to feel that pressure. You can feel when your crit's jumping into the Rosh to try to stop it. You know they're in a really tough spot.
Abed halfway towards the Aghanims. He is getting there.
Is it gonna be enough? I don't even know if it's going to be enough. They're itemizing versus it. Like, Poyoyo has a Satanic. He's 3,800 HP.
Yeah, he's got 3,700 HP. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be enough, even if they can. They need to get. It really does feel like they need to get like a 4-man Chronosphere.
They need to get the refresher shard. Or, you know, we're going to have 2 rounds of these cataclysms. Otherwise, yeah, this Lifestealer's not going to die. Old Levin's probably not going to die.
Doesn't feel like any of them. Phoenix is 2,600 HP too. Nyx 2k HP. The Nyx,
that's true, yeah.
He's the squishiest hero, and he's 2,000 health. Him and the Storm Spirit. Arteezy's feeling the need for damage. Usually we talk about this talent, the level 21 on Void, where you want to get Time Walk, but I gotta say, I feel like this might be one of those games where you do need attack speed. They're just absolutely lacking in just damage inside of that Chronosphere now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's how they win a fight. They have to drop the chrono, get at least 1 kill out of it to start the action off. The sort of the drawn-out fights are not going to benefit them against these heroes like Poyoyo's Lifesteal, of course, with Satanic Rage. He can keep himself alive throughout the entirety of the chaos. Ori's zipping in and out. You know, the drawn-out fights are just never going to quite cut it for EG. They've got to do something big with a wham-bam.
Vici's the one making the quicker moves, making the quick initiations every time. Old 11 on the prowl with PYW. Smoked up. Since they saw Arteezy farming up top, they expected him to rotate toward the Ancients, but look where Arteezy's hiding. He's just sitting in the trees, terrified.
Nice. Yeah, understandably so. I guess there's Blink Doom against the Ori still on Spirit. So many things that are going to get thrown in his direction when he shows his face.
I see the lines drawn from Ice. He's like, someone tried to push out bottom, maybe telling Abed to send some Forge Spirits down there to deal with that wave. But anyone who shows will die. They have to be super careful the way they play now on EG. Game getting to the realms of impossible. Arteezy still chilling in the trees until he sees something.
Well, a brief pause here from the EG lads. But,
how's our
closing in at
these?
What we got?
I'm just checking out the experience lead. So 17,000 gold lead, experience 25,000 lead for Vici. Really starting to feel so difficult for the side of EG. As Vici just constantly swinging around. PYW leading the charge, level 3 Vendetta, so permanent uptime. No space for EG to get out on the map. Oh,
yeah,
they seem to know. They're pinging where Arteezy is. Starting to get a little suspicious.
Pushing down this bottom wave. I mean, there might be some merit to let Abed get a wave or 2 here. He's just 500 off the Aghanims.
So close.
Probably the closest to that. It's going to carry quite some significance if they want to try and turn these fights.
Yeah, I'm checking out if there's anything else that will really help them out much more. A Holy Locket for Fly will be nice to at least give them some healing, but it's damage that EG is lacking. He's going into the enemy Ancient side to find that farm. And he will have it finished.
I mean, look at this now, but PYW scouts out Arteezy, gives the info for Old Lemon to start coming across. They're going to be able to open up straight away. They get on top of Arteezy. At the same time, Ori moves in onto Fly. Expertly scouted out there by PYW. They know how desperate EG is to try and get out on the map, get some farm. And PYW, he's ready with the setup.
Old 11 is just he's so massive, Owen. 23,000 net worth. He buys himself the Shard too, so extra stun on top of War Stomp, the Doom too. So you mentioned, the Ag's really effective here versus the status resist. Full AC now on Lifestealer, and with that kill, they can go high ground. It's only Chronosphere they have to worry about, and he's dead.
Yeah. They've got the Ags on the Invoker, the characters, they've got the Chrono. The question is if it's actually going to do anything at this point. I think, as you're sort of alluding to, the answer is probably not.
Probably not. But it's going to look cool if they do get it off.
It's going to look cool. It's going to look cool. Indeed. You know, if you're going to go out, you want to go out in style. There's Vici Gaming. They'll take this mid-racks. Nothing to be done here by EG. I'll let Poyo have that completely uninterrupted.
And that is the Aegis getting reclaimed. Ooh, a Timeless Relic. Here you go, Ori. That's a nice one. That's one that EG needs too. Any amount of damage.
Okay,
That's
EG
spell
need
damage
that.
with Cataclysm.
Yeah.
They need a Timeless Relic. Go farm it. They need it.
If this is probably what could give it. If they can get Refresher on Arbed, and he's able to find one of those sort of Timeless Relic or Spell Prism, something to get the combo, a little more uptime, a little more potency, then maybe they have a chance of the team fight. But they need the double Cataclysm. Anything less, I don't think they can do.
No, and they need to catch everybody, because even if they do catch like 3 or 4, if the Phoenix isn't caught inside of it, he's going to counteract all the damage with the Sunray really quickly, because it's not going to one-shot these heroes since they're so tanky. Full Refresher now on Old 11 as well. We've seen this one a lot on his Doom. He's just massive. He also finds
action again, but they have vision down.
Oh.
What do they want to do about this, EG?
Dude, PYW
They know PYW is coming in the trees for him.
He knows they're here, it feels like. He shows himself. They're thinking about it. They're scared.
They don't want to show
EG's
it,
terrified.
No, yeah, you can't go on that Nyx.
No. Ninja Gear also point out on Old 11. Great initiation tool on these heroes like Doom. They saw Arteezy for a second. Old 11. He wants blood. Lincoln's picked up on Ice Ice Ice. We'll be able to block perhaps one of those Dooms on Arteezy, but there is a secondary one. Poyoyo. He's showing. They're gonna go for him. But it's
no, he missed!
Oh no!
Oh, that's not good.
No.
That's not good. We might. Well, we'll see what they can do otherwise. They're trying to hit onto Ori, but Arteezy is looking pretty dead. We'll see if that might be one of the ones that pushes you over the edge there. It's so much pressure for the Chronos to be amazing, and ends up on the complete opposite end of the scale there. That's not what they need, EG. That won't cut it at this point.
That's that. We don't even get to see the Cataclysm combo, I don't think, Owen. They still have another round of Doom, too.
I want to see a Cataclysm, come on!
He's not going to feel, he doesn't
I'll
have
be
buyback.
very disappointed if we end the game without one combo.
Oh, man. Oops.
We've waited all this time. We want to see at least one Chrono Cataclysm. Come on.
Fly's like, don't
we might
GG
not
out
get
yet,
there.
guys. Don't GG out yet, guys. We gotta get it. We gotta get him to cast it.
They gotta get one combo.
Ice, ice, ice.
Well, they get the jump on him under the tier 4s. Trying to keep him covered here with the avalanche, but the supernova's down. Ice, ice, ice. He's burning. Buyback comes out from Arteezy. Ice, ice, ice. Can they get him back to the fountain? They'll push him in. Ice, ice, ice will be saved. Now Arteezy jumping in aggressively over towards Poyoyo. BKB out from Old 11. Was thinking about maybe getting back in as he has got the Refresher ready to pop to get that second Doom down onto Arteezy. EG. They smoke up. No Chrono, of course, though, for 70 seconds.
They can't do anything.
Old 11's in with the jump. Immediately pops the Refresher, looks towards Arteezy. The Linkers will come out on towards Arturo. Keep him safe for now, but Ice 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 goes down. The Spike Carapace catches Arteezy. He'll put the BKB. He is able to live for now, turns his attention over towards Poyoyo, now turns his attention to getting back into the fountain. It's there away, but now no Ice 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 for a full minute.
Abed. It's a single Sunstrike.
Try with the setup here. But the BKB's out straight away from Old 11. They turn, they've got the grab back onto the two, and then they get crit, they get Arteezy. Arteezy dead, out for 100, it's over. GG is called. As Vici Gaming, after a rough game 1 here against EG, they really do hit back hard in this second match. This was more of what we expect to see from this side.
Yeah, They go for much more comfortable style. EG does feel like they went a little bit out of the realms of their comfort where they just overwhelmingly dominate the lanes. They go for more of this late game combo strategy. Vici just, they get so much farm on the map. Everyone's just farming. Lifestealer farming jungle, Storm doing whatever he really wants in the game, Doom just continuously farming from Devour and Midas, PYW doing some godly scouting. They buy the gem, they get a huge advantage. They do get like 1 or 2 of these nice Chronospheres from Arteezy to catch the Storm Spirit to secure themselves a first Roche, but they don't get to do anything because they lose the Aegis right away out of that first Roche, and it really is just Vici all over the place this game.
It is, and we didn't get to see the combo at all at the end. You know, I think
it's a bummer.
The real big disappointment of a takeaway from it all at the end. We never got that combo. I mean, we did at least get a bit of a lull of a Chronosphere, which I'm sure the viewers at home enjoyed. You know, so some at least entertainment value there in the final moments from EG. But overall, very rough game 2. This was not the EG we saw in game 1. And with that said and done, this series will end with the game going both ways, 1-1 between Evil Geniuses and Vici Gaming. As we will wait for the panel again. Sheep or Kyle, probably Kyle's fault.
No, they're in position. They're starting to get ready.
What would you say from your perspective?
What are you asking?
She's ready. Well, okay. Well, they weren't ready. I'm gonna ask you a question now. You know.
Let's do it then. Let's go.
What would you say was the biggest difference from EG? Like, why did they not have the same strength from the start that they had in game 1?
I feel like they didn't have this Ice hero that can just dominate, but we're going to go to the panel.